Hello, 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 everyone. Let's see who's going to join us. Welcome to my channel here. We are live on Facebook as well as on YouTube. So, welcome to anyone who chooses to join from either location. I am going to quickly find us over here on Facebook so I can go ahead and share with the groups. We are officially live. I see it here. All right, groups. We want to share to the VIPs and our team. Looks good. Okay, we are here. So please go ahead and say hello if you have joined. So we know you're here. And I am going to switch our view here. So hopefully we don't have the same fuzzy issues we had last time. Well, maybe a little bit better, but not great. Anyway, Paper Pumpkin. Hello, Arlene. So glad to see you. It is hot. I do agree. Got my hair up, trying to control the frizz happening here. The humidity has been terrible. Looks like a storm is trying to blow up, though. Got really, really dark here all of a sudden. So praying power holds, internet holds, and there's no issues if a storm does blow through. So fingers crossed. But anyway, Paper Pumpkin subscriptions. We are now in the July. Can you believe July is like around the corner here? So we are in the July subscription period. Then that kit will be the painted petals. We're going to have a decorative box for this one. It's going to make 9 cards, 3 each of 3 designs. It will be unique watercolor designs for this one with some pretty layers. The projects will include printed cards and coordinating envelopes, pre-cut paper pieces and embellishments. And the colors for this will be Calypso Coral, Gray Granite, Melon Mambo, Mossy Meadow, and Old Olive. The Stampin' Spot will be Gray Granite. It will coordinate with these new dies. Mine will be here Friday. I did order those, so we'll get to see them. Oh, hey, sis. Glad you could join. But yeah, it is mighty warm, and the humidity, like I said, holy moly, it's just not breaking. But I think tomorrow we're supposed to get a little reprieve, and then it'll go back to being hot again Tuesday. 10% off sale taking place on the Stamp and Die bundles. Still a few days left of this. I think like 1 week to be exact. So you can save an extra 10% on our bundles, which are always discounted 10%. Oh, hey, Barb. So glad to see you. Hey, Sherry. Lovely ladies. I'm glad to see you hang out with us. Okay, so that's also happening. Again, all Stamp and Die bundles are 10% off. And that includes our Baby Boss and our Big Boss. So our Big Boss is 10% off. And our cute little Baby Boss, both the white one and the boho blue one. This is a limited edition color. There are still some left, and this is 10% off as well. So if you have not gotten your Baby Boss, maybe now's the time to grab it while it is 10% off. So I'm just going to set that aside. I think that pretty much covers it. We did get 2 kit releases. Oh, goodness gracious. At the beginning of the month. Both of them are awesome looking kits. The one is the Expressions of Kindness. That's gorgeous. And then there's the something journey. I forget the name of it now, but there was a journey. But that's kind of like a scrapbooking type kit. Clean up my board here. But anyway, really nice kits. So if you like the kits, like I do, it might be something that you'd be interested in. Oh, hey, Robin. So glad you could join. All right. So just wanted to share the projects we made yesterday during the Stampin' Up Creativity Now. It is a yearly event that Stampin' Up puts on for demonstrators only. It is specific for us. And they kind of introduce us to a little bit of the product that'll be coming in the new catalog. We got to see a few things that are coming. They're expanding our mix and match collection, which I did show you that from our annual catalog here a few weeks ago, where I made those 5 cards like nothing. There's going to be a Christmas mix and match, and oh my God, it's gorgeous. Cannot wait to get my hands on that product. But they also did allow us to pre-order one of the new suites in the upcoming catalog. And we did use that. We didn't use any of the new designer series paper in it or the embellishments, but we did do some fun projects. One of which was this here little gift box, where we took the enamel effects and just kind of spread them with a palette knife onto the top of the box. And then of course we stamped and die cut our wreath and did some decorating. And then we used the enamel effects to create our little berries. I don't know if you can see them, using copper and gold. So we used the copper to spread out, and then we used gold and copper to do our berries. But is that not so cute? Then my favorite card of all, Thinking of You Always. We made this one in the Blackberry Bliss card base. And my lighting isn't very good in here at all tonight. Of course, like I said, the sun just ducked in and it is really dark, like a storm wants to roll up. And then this one here. This one we colored with colored pencils, the watercolor pencils. Isn't it pretty? I love this die cut piece. And then using the negative that came from here, we used the negative as a mask and then did this card. So we used our blending brushes and the negative piece from this to put down some mossy meadow and got that coloring. And then we stamped these birds on some smoky slate and then used our colored watercolor pencils to just add a little bit of touch of color to his wings and those little hash mark areas. And there's that hexagon punch. If you signed up and are doing the craft along next Sunday, those that got the punch and stamp set, there's that punch again. So it was fun yesterday. It was a 4-hour online event. And like I said, we got to see some of the new product coming out and we just had some fun. Hey, Deb, glad you could make it. Okay, so for tonight, we're making 3 projects, all featuring the Ice Cream Swirl, which is this one here, and the coordinating dies. All right, so I figured let's think cool with all this heat and humidity. Nothing like some cooling and refreshing ice cream to get us going. So I'll show you the projects we're making. First one up is this one here with the Petunia Pop. We have some glitter and glimmer on our swirl. And I used some of that designer series paper, the Unbounded Beauty, because it kind of reminded me of sherbet. This one here with the splashes of summer splash and Petunia Pop. So like I said, it made me think of sherbet. sherbet makes you think of ice cream, and you know, it all kind of went along with the story. So that's what we came up with this one. And then this one here, this is more of a tag, but could certainly be made into a card. But it opens. It's a shape. But you could certainly, and I will show you when we actually make this, how you could create it into a full-size card. But I thought if you were doing a gift, I made it chocolate and vanilla swirl using our blends with a cherry on top. But this would make a great gift tag on your package if you were doing an ice cream themed. And then, you know, there's donuts in here. So we had to do donuts. So hope your day is sweet. And again, using a little pop of that glimmer paper with the petunia pop. And then using some Wink Stella. I don't know if you can see the shimmer. There it goes. See the shimmer from the Wink Stella on the donut frosting. Okay, so those are the projects we're going to make, and we're going to go ahead and get started. We're going to start with our Petunia Pop card. So for this one, we have a Petunia Pop card base that measures 4 1/4 by 11. I've already got it scored at 5 1/2, so we're going to go ahead and fold on that score line. Just need to get our bone folder here. So we're going to fold on that. Then we have, let's see here. We have our designer series paper. I just cut like a 3 by 3.5 by 3 piece of the designer series paper, and a 3.5 by 3 piece of the glimmer paper that we can cut from. Let's see. We have a scrap of crumb cake to do our cone. And I have a 4 by 5 1/4 piece of basic white. This is going to be our embossed piece. And then I have another scrap of basic white to stamp, and I'll show you where that's for. And then a little piece of that designer series paper. This is also the Unbounded Beauty. And this measures 4 by 1 inch. And then I have here to emboss, we're using the Distressed Tile 3D embossing folder to do our card front. But that scrap, oops, now I just dropped everything. Make a Wish. So it's a birthday card. So we did the inside. Okay, let's pick everything up off the floor here. Okay. So first we're going to go ahead and we're going to emboss this piece of basic white using our Distressed Tile. I'm going to go ahead and get that in there nice and straight. And we need to use the big boss for this because it will not fit in the baby boss. So go ahead and run this through. And if you don't have a baby boss or a big boss, I will tell you they are fabulous. I know there's other brands on the market, but I will say with the Stampin' Up product, I can't speak for any other product, but with our product, it does work amazing. One pass for cutting detailed dies, one pass for getting an amazing impression from your embossing folders. Look at that. And that distressed look. So cool. All right, so for that, we're going to take our adhesive. And we're going to press that down. Just like so. Next, we've got this little 1 inch by 4 inch. And that's going to go right in the center, or close to the center. Like so. All right. Next up, we're going to get our dies. And we need this one and this one we're going to start with. And that sits just like so. And that's going to go in the center like that. And that's going to give us our decorative cuts in our cone. So let's bring in the baby boss. Okay, let's go ahead and put that down. So, take our top plate, set that down. Oop, things are shifting. We don't want it shifting. Let's try that again. We may have to pull out the Post-it tape. I didn't need it this morning when I made these. But we might have to do it tonight. Yep. And it moved again. All right. We're not playing. Where's the Post-it tape? Okay. I don't know why. Decided it's gonna just be persnickety tonight. Oop. There we go. Let's see if that'll do it. All right. And in we go. So that goes in the scraps. And there's our ice cream cone. Next, we need the actual ice cream. So we're going to cut the swirl from our glimmer paper and the actual ice cream from our sherbet. So that's going to go here. Bring back that baby. There we go. There's our sherbet. Scrap. And this glimmer paper with the Baby Boss cuts like butter. I remember using the old machine, and you'd have to pass it through like 2 or 3 times to get everything to cut out from glimmer paper, because the glimmer paper is so much thicker than regular cardstock. And look, all these fall right out. So now you have these little scraps. If you've got little punches, you can certainly punch little shapes out of that, but for now we're going to put that over there in the scrap pile. All right. So next up, we're going to take these 2 pieces and we're going to layer them. And to do that, I'm going to bring in my liquid glue. And I'm just going to add, you don't want to get too heavy-handed, otherwise it starts squirting out of everywhere. Just a little dab. Down. Set that aside. All right. And now this, we're going to go ahead, add adhesive. And because this is a really large ice cream, we're going to have to go down here to the bottom of our card. Lay that there. Bring this back. We want some dimensionals. So we're going to pop that ice cream up. Peel these. And then you're just going to go ahead, and this is going to come down a little to make sure that it fits on the front of our card, like so. Next, we do need, oh, we can do that after. Let's do our little sentiment, which is make a wish. Now, where did I put that? Ah, there it is. My Summer Splash ink pad is super, super juicy. And if I try to do direct stamp to ink, the ink literally pools on the stamp and I don't get a really good image. So I'm using a sponge dauber and I'm picking up my ink. And like I said, this is super juicy. And even doing it this way, it still tends to want to pool a little bit. So you still need to use caution, I guess you could say. So like, just go back over it and pick up that excess ink so that it will stamp nice. Looks like I still could have probably picked up a little extra ink on there. But once it dries, it won't be bad. It's a little blotchy, but not bad. All right. Like I said, it's just because that ink pad is super juicy. Eventually, as I use it and it kind of dries up a little bit, it'll be perfect. But need to use it more. All right, so to cut this out, I pulled in the Unbounded Love dies. Look at all these awesome frames. I'm going to use this one here to cut out that Make-A-Wish. Just grab that Post-it tape, get that all lined up. Oh my goodness. Everything's rolling around over here. There we go. Oh, that's an interesting trick there, Arlene. Huh. It I agree. It did look like a kind of a lemon sherbet. I love that designer paper. I think it is so versatile for this season. I mean, it's like the perfect summer paper. All right, so we have our Make-A-Wish. And I'm just going to add, because it's going on the inside, we're going to add just some adhesive and let it be. Otherwise, we would pop it up, but I want it to lay flat. And there you have it. Make-A-Wish. Now, to finish it, we're just going to bring in our 2024-2026 in color shimmer gems. Oh, they are so pretty. And we're using the Petunia Pop gems. So I want a little one to go here and a larger one to go right next to it. And then another of the smaller. We'll put right there. And that is card number 1. Oh, good to know. I'll have to try that out, Arlene. Typically, yeah, new pads have a tendency to be super, super juicy. And it's a little bit harder to get a good impression unless you do something, like I said, like the sponge dauber or another. Thank you, ladies. I'm glad you like it. I think it's fun. Okay, next card up. We're going to do this one. This one is a little bit more time consuming just because of the coloring, but super simple. Would make a cute little tag, but you could also, like I said, pretty simply make it into a card. So what you have here is a piece of pecan pie. I have this cut, I think it like 2.5 inches by, I don't know, 8 inches, but you only need like 6. I have a scrap for stamping and die cutting. Looks like I brought an extra scrap just in case we needed it. And then I brought over an envelope. Oh, I know what I did. Here, this is the piece that you would want in order to make sure that it fit in here, because this is so tall. This is, this ice cream measures 5 1/4 and maybe a smidge in length. And then it is It's about 2.5 inches wide. So this will fit into an envelope like so. But if you wanted to make it into an actual card, you would need to cut a card base that is 3¼ by 4¼ and then you would attach it like right there, and then your card would be able to flip up like so. So you would write your message on the back here, and this would be your card, and it would still fit in an envelope. So it would go in this way. Or you could even straddle it over if you wanted to write your message on the inside, and then you'd have that on the back like so. And again, you could still fit it in the envelope, but again, it would have to go in this way. Okay. All right. So, but we're not making it into a card. We're keeping it as a tag. I just wanted to show you that you could easily make it into a card. Okay. So first thing, we're not going to struggle with this thing like we did the first time. We're going to just go ahead and use our Post-it tape. And then we're going to get our other piece that's going to give us our what do you do with the tape? Okay, here it is. Okay. Bring back the baby boss. Pull that through. So there's that. And that puts your score line right in there when you cut it out. So all you have to do is just fold it in half. So there's our ice cream cone. Next, I have my ice cream, and I need my cherry, and we need our Memento Tuxedo black ink. We're going to go ahead and ink that ice cream swirl. Make sure you get enough pressure on there so that all that ink transfers. Hey, Sue. Not a problem. That's what replay is all about. There is our ice cream. Clean off that stamp. Next, We want our cherry. Let's do that up there in the corner. Okay. Let's make sure those dimensionals we're gonna need. Do we have our baby dimensionals over here? We do. Okay, because we're gonna need little baby ones. All right. So next, I have a lots of blends over here. So I have the light mossy meadow, and that's just to do that little spot there on the cherry stem. Then I have the light and dark cherry cobbler. We're going to start with our light. We're going to go ahead and flood that cherry with color. Then we're going to take our dark, and right in there, we're going to add a little bit of dark right here. Take that light and just kind of blend it out a little bit. And then I'll take the color lifter and just put a little bit right there. It's just going to give our cherry a little highlight right there. So we're done with those. Next, for our chocolate and vanilla swirl. Chocolate, I'm doing the SU100 and the SU600. And then for the vanilla, I'm using ivory and the SU700. So we're going to start with our chocolate, and I'm starting with the dark, which is the 100. So all I'm doing is going along the outline there. And this process does take just a little bit of time. So this is probably going to be our most time-consuming project just because of the coloring. But it looks so yummy. So now this one, I'm actually going right back into that dark and I'm pulling it out. And where is, I had another color. What did I do with it? Uh-oh. Did I not bring it over? Because I had three colors I used for that. Just a minute. I think I missed one of my blends. This is interesting. Found it. Okay. And this is the 900, and I think I did the 900 with the ivory. And this one I did over here. Okay. Yes. This is it. Okay. Now we have all our colors. I knew there was something wrong here. Okay. So next, and again, pulling that color out, you go right back into that dark. And then you do the same thing with the light. I think I hear thunder. Pray we don't have any major storms tonight, because I would really like to sleep before I have to work tomorrow. Because Tucker will have me awake if it storms. He does not do well in storms. As a matter of fact, he despises them. Not that I'm a fan, but I'm tired enough. I'll sleep through them. But he won't let me. On the last chocolate swirl, now we can go in and do our vanilla. It's French vanilla. I decided not to leave it white because it just looked too stark. So decided we were having French vanilla ice cream swirl with our chocolate. So there's our chocolate. Is done. Now we're on to our French vanilla, and we're starting with the darker color, which is the ivory. So we're gonna actually. I think this is the darker of the two. So I'm just going to go over that again. Then bring in the ivory. Like to leave a little bit of white doing that. And then we're going to do this again. Almost there. I'm sorry, Barb. But it does look good, doesn't it? Hmm. Okay, we're just about finished with our ice cream swirl. Just bringing that down. There we go. There is our scoop of ice cream. So now we just need our dies. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and line these up over here on my Big Boss. Okay, run this through. So there's our little cherry. Okay, throw that in the scrap pile. Next, we're going to take one dimensional. And we're just going to stick that on our cherry here. And stick that to our ice cream. Next, I found the easiest way to do this was to take my little baby dimensionals make sure the flat side is up, not the pointy. That way it stays hidden down below. And go right across here. One more. All these little backings. And then add your scoop. And there you have it. Your cute little tag. You can just put your to from on the inside and attach that to your gift. All right. On to our final card, which is the donuts. Couldn't leave out the donuts. That was one of the cutest things in this set, I thought. So for this one, we have a crumb cake card base, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. I have a piece of basic white, 2 inches by 5.5 inches. I have some scrap crumb cake for our donuts. I have a 1 inch by 3 inch piece of crumb cake for our sentiment. And then I have a 1/2 inch by 3.5 inch piece of that glimmer paper just to go behind that sentiment to pop it. So I'm going to go ahead, fold on that fold line. Now for this piece that goes across the front here, I am going to emboss that, and we're using one of the online exclusive embossing folders. This is the Cherry Patterns embossing folders, and you get 2. You get the circular one and then these wavy lines. I decided the circle would probably be too much with the donuts going on, so we decided to do the squiggly lines. So we're gonna put that in like so, and we need this and Baby Boss. And where did I put? There we are. Great plate here. All right, let's get that. Oh, that's not going through. All right, we have plate 1, 2, 3. All right. Yes, we are correct. There it goes. So there's that. Add our adhesive, and I forgot to stamp our donuts in crumb cake ink. It is a cute birthday tag, Barb. I agree. All right, so now we're going to ink up our donut, and we're just going to randomly, you want to make sure you're turning it so it's different each time. And that looks pretty good. So we're going to close that up for the moment. And where did I put? Let's just wipe this down quick. So we don't have ink on everything. There we go. There's that. This goes on the center. There we go. Okay, next up, scrap. Donuts. Memento, because we're using our blends. And we need our donut. We need to clean it because we just used it. Memento ink. We need 3 donuts. We need 1, 2, and 3. Looks like I bumped something over here. There we go. Okay. Next, we need, oh dear, what did I do here? Everything all mixed up. Okay, we have our Wink Stella. We need these, and where's the other one? Not it. There it is. Okay, so we have the new in colors. I've got Petunia Pop, Summer Splash, and Pretty in Pink. I'm going to start with the Pretty in Pink, and we're going to take our light, and we're just going to fill in. And I did find coloring on this crumb cake, it looks a little funny at first. Because when it's wet, it really looks weird. B, it really is absorbent, so the color tends to bleed a little bit. So I am finding I need to stay away from the edges more, but it doesn't matter too awful much because we are die cutting them. But if you see here, it is starting to bleed. So I want to try to stay away from those edges just a little bit and color more towards the center and let it just bleed on its own out. Very funny how it behaves differently on this compared to like basic white. All right, so there's our Pretty in Pink. Next, we're going to do our Summer Splash. So I want light. I don't know. It's got to be the type of paper. It's a different weight that it just kind of like sucks the ink. It's very weird. Very weird. There's our Summer Splash. Now we want our Petunia Pop. Okay. Final step. Winkastella. Because Winkastella makes everything absolutely better. I guess unless you don't like shimmery things. I, for one, love shimmery things. So I think Winkastella's the bomb. I remember that commercial. Okay, we have a die here that cuts out our donuts. Unfortunately, they didn't include more than one, so we're cutting them one at a time. Bring back that baby boss. Oh, here comes the wind. And ooh, the sky is a funny color now. Oh gosh, I hope it gets itself done and over with so that Tucker will sleep tonight, or it's gonna be an ugly night. Or my night owls, they'll visit with me if I have to get up in the middle of the night. Ugh. I have to work tomorrow. We did have a little storm that blew through last night, but it didn't last long, so I was able to get him to calm down and go to sleep. I'm hoping tonight I'll do the same thing, if God forbid. There's donut number 2. And one more. Last donut. Oop. Okay. And there's the final donut. Okay. We're cooking with gas now. We're almost done. Let you poor people get back to your Sunday afternoon. Okay. Next up, we are going to take our donuts and we're going to add dimensionals. I'm going to make sure you avoid the donut hole. You don't want to, well, probably shouldn't peel those off yet. Let's get them in position. All right, let's see. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. So that's going to go right about there. This one's going to go about there. And then that one, we'll put right there. There's that. Okay, now we have our little piece here. Like I said, this is about 1 inch by 2.5. And that is for our sentiment. And it says, hope your day is sweet. And for this, I am using early espresso. Yeah, I'm not a fan of storms myself, but I'm actually better with them at night when I'm in bed and not watching thunder and lightning flashing around out there. But Tucker, on the other hand, it doesn't matter what time of day they are. He freaks. Okay, so there we go. Hope your day is sweet. That's so cute. All right, close that up. Need a couple glue dots for our little glimmer piece. So I'm going to put a glue dot there and right there. No, a couple of glue dots there. That'll help. Oops, hold. Don't stick yet. So we just want it to pop out of there just to give it a little pop. You know, pop in petunia makes your cards pop. Huh? All right. Where's the big dimensionals? We want 3 of them. And that's going to go right there. And boom, done. Minutes late. My goal was to be done by 8 o'clock when I missed it by 8 minutes. I got hair in my mouth. Blech. All right, so recap. Our tags. We got our donuts. And then, of course, our birthday ice cream. Did that cool you off? Well, there you have it. Ice cream swirl. I think my favorite out of all these are the tags. That chocolate vanilla swirl just makes me want to go get an ice cream. Thanks, Robin. Thank you, Miss Sue. All right, my friends, that is all I have for you for this evening, and I really, truly appreciate you coming to hang out with me. I hope you have the best rest of your evening and an even better week ahead. Thank you, Miss Barb. Good for you. Next week, I will be doing the craft along featuring the hexagon. I forget the name of the stamp set now, but it's the hexagon set. So I am doing the craft along for those who purchased. You got your kits. You should have them in your hands by now. Everyone else, you're just going to come hang out while I stamp. And if you decide that you love the kits that I'm doing or the cards that we're doing, you can certainly place an order next week to get the kits free. You won't get everything like those that purchased. You won't get the half pack of paper, the rhinestones, and twine that they got, but you can still get the actual card kits next week. So, anywho, it'll be fun. So be sure to come join me next Sunday for the craft along, and I will catch you all soon. Have a great night, guys. Bye for now.